welcome to a book haul. The first book I got was 1,000 Boy Kisses by Tilly Cole. This is a romance between a boy and a girl, and they are best friends, and the boy has to move away and comes back, and he's not the boy that she knew or grew up with. So it's all about them reconnecting, and I'm really looking forward to this one. I've enjoyed Tilly Cole's other works, so this is the only one of hers that I haven't read. So I'm really looking forward to getting into it. Next up we have The Fixer by Claudia Carroll. The blurb of this really intrigued me. You've got someone in your life driving you nuts? I'll get rid of them for you. Meg Monroe is a fixer. Dodgy ex, errant employer, clingy former friend. Meg, using the time-honoured arts of charm, manipulation and persuasion, can make them disappear forever. This sounds really up my street. I can't wait to get my hands on this. Next up we have It Was Always You by Emma Cooper. Two people, one chance to turn back the clock. On the last night in October 1999, the clocks went back and Ella and Will's love began. A teenage Ella sat around a bonfire drinking with her future husband and her oldest friend Cole. As Ella wandered away from the group, she found herself leaning against a derelict archway before passing out. The next day, Ella remembered fractured images of a conversation with a woman in a green coat and red scarf, but dismissed it as a drunken dream. 23 years later, with her marriage to Will in trouble and Cole spiraling out of control, Ella opens a gift which turns her life upside down, a green coat and a red scarf. When she looks in the mirror, the woman from the archway is reflected back at her. This sounds like a really good psychological read. And I'm all for the psychological reads on this channel. I can't get enough of them. I haven't heard anything about this on YouTube whatsoever, so I'm really interested to see what road it takes. Next up we have Sorry I Missed You by Lorraine Brown. This is about trying to find the one, and between a girl that has a high-powered job in the city and a bloke that is an actor. It sounds like a really unusual relationship, so I haven't heard anything about this on BookTube so far, so I'm really interested on getting to know the characters. Next up we have Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Scoe. I've seen Steph from Steph Loves reading this and she really got into it. It's a bit of a chunky romance, and it's between bearded bad boy Barbara Knox, who prefers to live his life the way he takes his coffee, alone. Unless you count his basset hound Waylon, Knox doesn't tolerate drama, even when it comes in the form of a stranded runaway bride. I mean, just that has me on the edge of my seat. Naomi wasn't just running away from her wedding, she was riding to the rescue of her estranged twin to Knockmount, Virginia, a rough-around-the-edges town where disputes are settled the old-fashioned way, with fists and beer, usually in that order. Too bad for Naomi, her evil twin hasn't changed at all. Evil twin, sign me up. I am so excited to read this. It might just squeeze itself onto my March TBR if I have room. Next up we have The Marvellers by Donnie L. Clayton. This is about 11-year-old Ella Durand, the first conjurer to attend the Arcanum Training Institute, a magical school in the sky. Being the first isn't easy. Not everyone trusts her conjurer magic, but she finds friendship with fellow misfits Bridget and Jason. Then she's accused of a terrible crime and her favourite teacher disappears. So excited. Then we have Someone Is Watching You by Tess James Mackey. An abandoned prison, a deadly game. Nia would do anything to win the approval of her boyfriend Scott and his friends, especially mean girl Olivia. When Olivia dares Nia to explore an abandoned prison, she sees it as the perfect opportunity to prove herself. Facing dark tunnels, distant noises, and creepy mementos left behind by incarcerated criminals will surely all be worth it. But it isn't long before Nia and her little sister Kayla find themselves trapped inside, and then Kayla vanishes. Oh my god. I cannot wait to get my hands on this. These new books are incredible. Then we have Haven't They Grown by Sophie Hannah. 12 years have passed, the children don't look a day older. That's all I know about it, and I'm really looking forward to getting into this. I'm always on the lookout for new psychological thrillers and mysteries, so I will be devouring this. Then we have the third book in the Rainbow Grey series, Battle for the Skies by Laura Ellen Anderson. This is about a young girl who doesn't have any magic, but all her friends have magic, and she goes to a school to learn it. Everyone has a natural gift bar her, and then something happens, and she's thrown into mysteries, and her cloud cat, yeah, that's right, a cloud cat, goes to help her. It's like her familiar, and loads of different things happen, and there's crimes, there's mysteries, there's a lot of magic, and this is the Waterstones edition, which has the beautiful sprayed edges, and I'm really looking forward to devouring this. The other two were 5 stars, and I can't imagine this being any different, and I hope to read this really quickly. Then we have I Dare You, Tracy Beaker by Jacqueline Wilson. I'm currently collecting all of the Tracy Beaker books. I used to love the TV series, and I used to love reading the original story. Tracy Beaker is originally a girl that was dumped at the dumping ground, which is an orphanage, and it's all about her vivid imagination of her discovering who her mother is and why she was abandoned, and trying to get adopted. Think Lizzie McGuire with the little animated part, as well as the live action. This is what this is like. This was previously published as The Day Game. I remember reading The Day Game when I was a lot younger, and I can't really remember the story. I can remember bits and pieces, but I plan on collecting all of the Tracy Beaker books before I read them back to back, and I will be doing a vlog on that in the future. Then I have a gift from my best friend Robbie, which is Little White Lies by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. Thank you, sweetheart. I really appreciate this. Love you loads. 18-year-old auto mechanic Sawyer Taft did not expect his strange grandmother to show up at her apartment door and offer her a 6-figure contract to participate in debutante season. I mean, that's all you need to know, right? There's competitions, games, which is Robbie's forte. Is a trope that he really loves, and is a trope that I hope to get more into. I imagine this being a little like the Selection series, which I've also not read, so I may do a vlog around that sort of area, and I'm really looking forward to reading this. It is a little bit chunky, but I'm still looking forward to it. Next up we have Blackpool's Angel by Maggie Mason. I've not read from this author before, but I've heard really good things, and this is about a character called Tilly and her loving, handsome husband and 2 beautiful little ones, Babs and Beth. Earns herself good money weaving wicker baskets, which is one of the jobs in the factory back then, until the day she finds a policeman standing on her doorstep informing her that her husband's had an accident and obviously he won't be coming home. So she's left raising her 2 kids and trying to find her way in a town run by men. And it's all about her finding her place in the world and bringing her little ones up. I'm really looking forward to this one, and historical fiction is my bag, so really looking forward to it. Next up we have Secretly Yours by Tessa Bailey. I loved Tessa Bailey's My Killer Vacation, so I've been slowly collecting the rest of her books to devour because that was a 5-star and was one of my most enjoyed books of last year. It's about polar opposite personalities clashing, and I'm here for it. Next up we have the Waterstones edition of The Luminaries by Susan Dennard. The foiling on the cover is immaculate, and check out those sprayed edges. Absolutely beautiful, with block black sprayed edge, and the artwork on the back is beautiful. Hemlock Falls isn't like other towns. You won't find it on a map, your phone won't work here, and the forest outside town might kill you. I mean, I don't need to know anything more about this. It's all about Winnie Wednesday wanting to join the ancient order that protects humanity from the nightmares that rise in the forest of Hemlock Falls each night. I'm guessing this is going to be full of magic, full of adventure, full of action. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to trying out Susan Dennard's work. This will be my first book of hers that I'll be reading, and we'll see how it goes. Then we have The Room in the Attic by Louise Douglas. This is about a boarding school called All Hallows. In 1903, fishermen find a wrecked boat containing a woman and a young girl. They are taken to All Hallows, the imposing asylum deep on Dartmoor. The woman remains in a coma, but the little girl Harriet is taken to an attic room and is put in the care of nurse Emma Everdeen. In 1993, All Hallows is now a boarding school. Following his mother's death, Lewis Tyler is banished to Dartmoor. There he meets Isaac, another lost soul, and whilst refurbishment of the dormitories is taking place, the boys are marooned up in the attic. All Hallows is full of memories as Lewis and Isaac learn more about Harriet and Nurse Emma's desperate fight to keep her safe. It becomes clear there are spirits who are still restless. Are they ghosts the boys hear at night in the room above? Can Lewis and Isaac bring peace to All Hallows? This is sounding really good, really spooky, and psychological. I mean, it ticks all of my boxes. And then speaking of attics, we also have The Locked Attic by B.P. Walter. And look at how incredible those houses made into that key. Amazing. I love this cover. It's so simple, but it's so detailed, so well thought out. There's something in my neighbour's attic, something steeped in shadows, a secret to everyone, seen by no one. Now my son is dead, my neighbour is not, and I'm going to find out why. This sounds so freaking good. I cannot wait to dive into this. And then we have a set of 3 books. We have Fix It Up by Tessa Bailey, Love Her or Lose Her, and Tools of Engagement. These are all about romance with flipping houses and renovations, and that's something I'm really into, flipping houses and auctions and stuff like that. So I'm really looking forward to these, and Tessa Bailey, win-win. Next up we have Haunted by James Herbert. I've read the Nobody True book that he's also written, and it was one of the first psychological thrillers that really got me into the genre. I absolutely adored it. But I haven't read any of his other writing, so we'll see how this one goes. It's about 3 nights of terror at the house called Edbrook. 3 nights in which David Ash, there to investigate a haunting, will be victim of horrifying and maleficent games. I mean, that's all I need to know. It also involves spooky investigations, which I'm really into. I love watching all the Finding a Ghost channels and spooky investigations. So this is going to be amazing. It's really short, so it should be really easy to fly through. And then with all those psychological and horror books, we have to have a middle grade. And this is The Happily Ever After Rescue Team by Sam Hay. I haven't heard anyone on YouTube talking about this. After her parents move the family to a new town, all Evie wants is to help out in their new cafe, but nobody wants a kid, no matter how wonderful of a waitress they are underfoot. And she does have an unfortunate habit of dropping, spilling and crashing, but she also has a knack for super fantastic dessert ideas that could win the best cafe contest, if only her dad and stepmom would listen. When her frustrated wish to help accidentally summons a group of fairy tale princesses right out of a storybook, Evie finds herself busy fending off their well-meaning attempts to rescue her. Agents of HEART, more like agents of chaos. She's keeping the puppy though. I mean, this sounds incredible. It has animals in it, has fairy tale princesses, and it has mysteries and chaos. I mean, what more could you want from a middle grade, right? Next up we have Red, White and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. What happens when America's first son falls in love with the Prince of Wales? Being Welsh myself, I can't believe I haven't read this yet, and I've never read any of Casey McQuiston's books, but that's all going to change. I have this one plus One Last Stop as well, so I will be reading them in a vlog soon. Next up we have The Man I Never Met by L. Cook. This is about a romance that happens when he misdials Hannah's number, and it's all about them getting to know each other and, I'm guessing, falling in love. I love madcap stories like this, something that happens completely out of the blue that you're not expecting, and I'm really looking forward to this, and I'm hoping that it has the mixed media where it shows the texts, and it has a really good vibe of a cozy kind of day feeling. So maybe when it's rainy outside or if I need cheering up, then I'm going to be reaching for this book. And last but not least we have Hide and Seek by Andrea Mara. Close your eyes, count to 10. When you open them, your child is gone. I mean, every parent's absolute nightmare, but mixed with good reading. A child who never came home. The game of hide and seek is over, but little Lily Murphy hasn't been found. Her parents try to stay positive, but they know this peaceful Dublin suburb will never be the same again. Years later, Joanna moves into a new home. It seems perfect in every way, until she learns that Lily Murphy used to live here. Because Joanna thinks she knows what really happened to Lily, and if the truth gets out, it might be her undoing. Haven't read from Andrea Mara before, but it sounds amazing. And there we have it. That's my 24 book little haul. And if you'd like this video, please like and subscribe down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.